Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are going to get into some fun stuff over here. We're going to talk about some of these images and shapes, and we're going to get into how to get these images, how to lay them out, working with fills. Let's jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a frame. It doesn't matter. You can use a frame or a rectangle, but I'm just going to create a frame here, and I'm just going to call this large image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my plugins and I'm going to unsplash. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to essentially just grab an image. Maybe whiteboarding is a better image. Oh, there's one of them. So we can actually go here and duplicate this frame and call it small image. We found the exact image here. Actually, that's kind of funny. So we got that image. We have it ready already. So that's great. And I don't know, these people look like they're brainstorming. Maybe we'll find something along the same lines. Okay, I think this one's gonna actually suffice. So I'm gonna close my plugin. So now I have my images, my large and my small image. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to actually start working in this area. I'm going to layer them. Now, I didn't do anything super crazy, to be honest. I'm going to just select them together and group them in a frame. So they're grouped in a group right now. I'm just going to select a frame. And I am just going to call this Imagery. Now, I wouldn't worry about resizing the frame or anything. I'm just trying to get a sense of, how I want to lay this out. I'm going to bring that, because I think, I think it can be like a full width almost. And this content over here, we can even apply a stroke to it. So I'm going to apply a white stroke to give the kind of like cutout effect that I've got going on here. So I'm going to apply a stroke, and then I'm going to create a larger width on that stroke. So I'm going to call it something like 10, maybe 20 is enough. Let's see, even 32. Okay, so 32, that's going to work for us. And you can essentially either specify if you want in the center or outside. We'll just use it on the outside. So now that we have our images, I'm actually just going to place them within our frame over here. So we have our frame with our images. We're not worried about responsiveness just yet. We're just trying to think through, okay, like I like this placement. It looks nice. It looks kind of natural. And I want this to be underneath here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drag it up. Whoops. We're going to drag the frame up. And right now it is above. So you can do a couple things here. You can either, this is our text layer. So let's just name that quickly. We can either drag this to the very top, or you could do something like this. You can right click on here and send to the back, or bring to the front. So a couple different options you have there. So now I have my layer. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to maybe shrink it a bit like that. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to bring this in as well. Okay, that's good. The problem is this part is not easy to read. So let's make that a little easier. I'm going to remove this layer and I'm going to add a new one. Now it's only going to come in at 20%, and I'm going to change that to 100. Don't be scared. It's just black, and we're going to change that immediately. So I'm going to select linear because we're going to make a gradient. So we have white, and this is the end of the gradient down here. I'm going to make that white as well, but it's at 0%. So that gradient kind of tapers off. See how that works? So we can get a little, we can Make it come in from the top there, in the corner, and adjust that nicely, just so we can make sure that users will be able to read this. And we can even adjust that. And that's how you can make a gradient on top of an image already. You don't need an image to make a gradient. You can use just like a regular shape. And I think that's going to suffice for now for our images.